Okay, pilots, I'm going to do a little detail work on my Top Flight FW-190 D. Yep, that's a D model. That 190 is 1200 millimeters. My other two 190s are only 1100 millimeters. So I made this a D model. How you like me now? All right, but what I was going to do, I ordered a drop tank that you get on the Flightline 190. Okay, you get two brackets with it. Okay, now the way you mount it on that 190 is you got a U bracket right here. Okay, that you just simply glue it on there. There's no way that you can remove it after you glue it on. Well, I'm going to show you a way that you can remove it. Okay, on the 190, if you got one of those Flightline 190s, you'll notice that it's got a rail that goes all the way down the center of the fuselage that this slides up onto, and you glue it to it. Okay, well, you put your tank on the plane, you mark it where it is on the plane, where it's sitting on that rail. You take it off, you cut the little block side of it, okay, to where you can fill that channel in. And then you cut a little small hole and you glue a earth magnet inside of it, just like this. And then you'll have the other one. Note how it's flush. The other one we glued into the fuselage. And there you go. So what I gotta do is I gotta mark this where it's gonna go, because this is not a Flightline 190. It don't have that rail on it. Find a pin. What did I do? Let's use this. Gotta cut it in. We gotta cut on something again. Going into surgery with my 190 here. See, I'm just kind of laying this now. I've got to mind my gear doors while I'm mounting this, so I don't want no interference with my gear door. So I laid it up here, and I thought on that panel line right dead in the center of the fuselage. Okay, my magnet's gonna be right here. Right there. Now, sometimes you can pull pressure, but I didn't really want to put a lot of pressure on this thing and just push it down, and it'll make you mark. But these little rails here has not really got a lot of you know, a lot to them. So just in case I didn't get a good mark. Let's see there. Oh yeah, that'll work. I can see exactly where to cut my holes for the earth magnets. Now we don't want to go deep. No. That earth magnet, it's not but about just a little over, I'd say at the max, 3 millimeters thick at the max. So that's all we want to go. And when we pull the pieces out here, after I make several cross cuts and going this way, we'll pull enough out of there for the glue to hold on. It'll make it rough enough, believe me. But we just don't want to go through this wing here, because not exactly knowing what's up under. We just want to make a hole. Now I've actually took a cigarette and just kind of got the ashes knocked off of it good, had it good and nice and clean, stuck it to it, and it melted a hole in it just perfectly. But when I done that, I knew exactly what was behind it and wasn't worried about burning through a servo lead. But I don't know what's behind this one, so we're getting our tweezers right now. Just taking and getting a hold of a little bit of it there, and giving it a little pull. There's usually a little bit of glue right there in the center of the fuselage, you know, pilots, where they glued it together. So just mind that. Sometimes you've got to get a hold of it and twist and try to get that thing to break loose, because sometimes it'll start stringing out like it never wants to stop. So be careful with that. Okay. I think that looks good. Now we're going to set this up here with the magnet stuck to it. Sit nice and flush. No interference with the gear door. Now another thing I got to mind is how high this thing is. See, the landing gear might not even be high enough. So let me flip this thing over and put it on the ground right quick. I want to test that for sure. Try not to hit nothing here. Stand back. I can't get it where I can look up on it. Oh boy. I'm glad I did look. Woo-wee. I might have to bury that magnet in a little bit more, and plus cut a little bit for the mount to go in the end. So it needs a little bit, just a little bit, but it needs a little bit. Might just have to take this wing up and look what's up under it. Let me check something here. I don't want to make it so deep that there's a hole there for the magnet. I want something up underneath it to hold the magnet there. Real easy. You know, get that glue there in that fuselage, it'll be easy. Might not just be glue. Get a pair of tweezers here. What to do with them? Yep, looks like it's pretty thick right there. That's good. That's a good sign. That's good. that glue off that fuselage seam. You kind of try to get that off because two glues together just don't work. Two different kind of glues. Unless you're in two-port epoxy right here. Now that I've got the hole far enough that the magnet won't stop it from going down, I can press down to where that mount will make a mark there. Now we're going to try to cut about 3 millimeters deep down there. Now again, this is putting it on a totally different plane than a Flightline 190. They'll snap right up on their pilot. Just gotta do a little modifying here. Now when I go and fly at you, it'll have a little spot here. There's a tank slides up on it. Just taking my blade and kind of working it around. I run into that glue. Work it through that glue. Tweezers. Piece of glue on there. That won't tear. I'll force it to tear. That probably gave me, it probably went down a 1/4 inch. I might have to cut my magnet hole down a little bit deeper. Oh yeah. There's a little more pressure on here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got a 1/4 inch there. Okay. Now we got our holes for a magnet. A little bit of cleaning in this one. You want that magnet to set down there pretty good. You don't want it being forced up. You'd rather it to be lower than you would to be higher than where it needs to be. So you want that magnet to fit right in there pretty good. the test. I'm still clear of the gear doors. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've got about a 1/4 inch clearance now. That 1/4 inch done. I can feel it under there. Oh yeah. Okay, pilots, I'm going to show you the mounting hole here. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me glue it. You all know how to glue stuff. I'm going to show you right quick the Flightline 90 with it sitting on it. If you'll note the rail going down the body, center body there. Well, I took and make sure I can get it to come loose now. There you go. The 2 magnets is inside of it. 2 other magnets is on that rail. I just throw it up on there. She's on there. I even put one on my fly zone. And got it working the same way. I'm gonna wiggle it a little bit to get it to break loose there. Done the same thing. Let me get it turned where you can see. And now I'm gonna put it on my D model. It's gonna snap on down the same way. Alright, notice the number 5, but the plane's got number 1 on it. Well, my other fly zone's got number 1. I can't have 2 number 1s. I'm gonna put a number 5 decal on this right quick and see what we can make it look like. And here's the hole. That's what I had to do, pilots. I mean, you know. Glue them magnets in. Just put glue on one side. I sand my magnet a little bit. I stick 2 of them together and then just rub it across sandpaper on the sides. It's exposed, and that way the side that's going to be clicking together won't have any scratches in it, and you'll be able to tell which side to glue in so that they'll stick back together. Now this number 1 here, you know, I mean, what I might have to do is just, I'm gonna lay this number 5 up here and see what it looks like. Let me see here. Yep. Yep, I'm gonna have to take it off. Let's see what we can do here. Yep, let's take every bit of it off. I'm gonna play hell matching that color. Woo-wee. Alright, let's see how much we're gonna have to match. Just a little bit. We got a square right here we gotta fix. That's all. Oh yeah, there we go. That's all we got. It's a little square right there. If you can see it, let me get you close here. Yeah, I mean, pilots, when you take them decals off, I mean, you're gonna take it off. Let's see, I mean, you know, got just a little bit there, and that's a kind of an aqua, oh my God. Some kind of aqua color there I'm going to try to match, but, you know, I've been doing it all my life. I'll figure out something. But that 5 is going to line up with that panel line right there just perfectly. Well, no, not exactly. I'm going to have to put it over here a little bit. It's going to be right dead center of that red line right here. These number 5s came off of my FMS Tiger Cat decals. You get different choices. Alright, here we go. Now this thing here, boy, when it sticks, it sticks. Alright, we want to be dead center of that straight line. Oh, come on now. I just said that you stuck good and you won't come loose. Work my way down the number. I'm covering that one up as much as I can. There's my number 5. And I'll do the other side. And pilots, this could be a candidate. I mean, for the Gooniac. Let me turn my lights on, light on here. I'll let you look at this for a second. I mean, pilots, that right there is where the exhaust, if I'm hoping you can see that pretty good there. That's where exhaust comes out of 190, so heck, I got all the room in the world there to put them stacks sitting in that one. I mean, it's just endless possibilities, and pilots, I got to thinking the other night. I mean, if you really take your time, because what I want to show you here in a second here, I want to show it to you right now. I got some planes coming, and I got a tiger moth coming. So I've got my pilots here ready, and I got my Vickers machine gun ready. Oh yeah, check my Vickers out. That's pretty cool. I drilled that hole in it right there. Now that's about 1 inch deep. I mean, that's not all the way through. But pilots, you could drill a hole. I mean, you could put this thing into some kind of brace where it would hold it perfectly straight, and you could drill a hole in it. You could run them leads through all your machine guns, and have the short bulbs at the end of the machine guns, on bulbs at the end of the exhaust. It's, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have a ball with it. I'm gonna do 3 of my Navy planes. I might do 3 of my Japanese planes. I might do 3 of my German planes. I got 3 190s. Why not do 3 190s? Because the V type's a little bit hard. It seems like, well, not hard. I'm saying hard, but you're gonna have to do some drilling out, and you're going to do some, you're going to do some things. But it ain't no worse than putting a fiery booty in something, I don't think. Well, there's my 190D. My plans for the future. I'm out.